Okay, so let's start. Let's start. Yesterday it seems we give you an assignment. It's those who are able to do it. What is the issue you encountered? I realized some people had some issues from yesterday's assignment. So I want to know what the issue is. Or nobody had any issue. Yesterday, I think we told you to calibrate Landsat and then perform layer stacking on the Landsat image. That's Landsat 7. So yesterday, did anybody encounter any issue? Did anybody encounter any issue yesterday? Okay, so it seems there's no response, which means nobody encountered anything. Right? All right, so I'm going to quickly run you through the calibration of Landsat 7. That's the assignment I gave you yesterday. So let's just extract Landsat 7. Like how we did yesterday. This time, we are picking Landsat 7, this one. So I just extracted the components, like how we did to Landsat 4 yesterday. And also, I realized that some people would like to write the notes down. So sometimes they keep falling behind. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to perform each and every process twice. So the first one is for you to listen and then write. And the second one is for you to follow. Okay. So I'm going to give you time to write because I realized yesterday that people were writing a lot. And by the time I finish, they'll be saying I'm rushing, but I'll take my time today. And then, so the first process is for you to watch, listen, and then you write. The second process is for you to practice. Okay. I hope that is fine. Okay. All right. So you can launch your ENVI 5.0 now. So we are launching our ENVI. And I know some of us maybe have some problem when launching it, right? So sometimes it takes long for it to launch. So let me give you about 2 minutes to launch your ENVI 5.0. So you can launch it, please. Launch it. I think yesterday I introduced you to the interface and how to launch it. So I'm sure most of us can launch. You just open it. You just open it. So is there any issue from yesterday's assignment? Is there any issue from yesterday's assignment? Okay, what's the issue? What? Yours was colorless. Okay, so sometimes when it appears colorless, it means probably you didn't do the calibration well. So I'm coming to quickly run you through the calibration again. But before that, nobody spoke about something, but I'll bring it up as we start. Okay, nobody spoke about something, but I'll bring it up. Okay, so are you done launching your ENVI? Is everybody done? No response. So when I start and you say I'm going fast, right? Okay, so are you done launching it so that we continue? Okay. So let's open the Landsat 7 folder. So you click on, as I said yesterday, you click on open. Okay, that is the yellow icon here. That's the folder icon. You click on it. Okay, just as we did yesterday. You click on it, and then you see that this dialog window appears to you, right? So you navigate to where you extracted your Landsat 7, this one. Okay, this one. Okay, it was this zip, and we extracted to get this, right? This one. Okay, those who were here yesterday, which year is this? Looking at the variable, which year is it? Yeah, 2021. And the day, which day? 12, right? And which month? Okay, yeah, that's good. And then it's Landsat what? 7. Okay. All right, so you open that Landsat 7. You open it. So it also has a lot of bands, right? Okay, so the next thing to do is to open the band 2. So let's do the band 2 first, like the assignment I gave you. So for yesterday's assignment, it was band 2, 4, and 7, right? Yes, so we open band 2 like this. Okay, so it appears like this, right? Some of us might forget how to orient it, okay? So here, where the cursor is, this icon, you can see that there's some color icon with a microscope on it. When you click on it, it zooms to full 100% screen, okay? So you click on that one. So I'm clicking. So it gives me the full image, okay? There was something wrong here, but nobody raised that concern. I want someone to tell me what's wrong with this image. What you see on your computer, what is wrong with it? What is wrong with it? There are some lines on it, okay? But nobody raised that lines. Nobody raised that concern. Okay, so those lines are called scan lines. So mostly if the sensor from the satellite is picking an image, it has some few lines that on it, which we call scan lines, okay? So first, you need to remove those scan lines before you proceed, or else by the time you do your layer starter, you see that there will be lines on it. Or some people may refer to it as stripes, okay? There will be stripes on it. So first, we have to remove those stripes, and then we do our calibration like how we did yesterday. Okay. All right. Is there any question up to this point? Okay. William. It will not go. It will not go. Even if it will give you some distortions in the image. So you need to remove it first before you go. You go on. Okay. Yeah. So you need to remove the scan lines first before you move on to calibration. I don't know if you'll be lucky to get after. Did you try it? And did it go after doing it? Yeah. Did you try to remove the lines after? Okay. So nobody tried to remove the lines. Okay. Yes, I didn't teach you that. I know that's why it was an assignment. All right, so now we're going to remove those scan lines, okay? So please watch carefully. The first step is that watch me when I'm done. I'll repeat again, okay? You can watch me and then you write, but don't do the what I'm doing. Just for you to listen to me. After that, I'll do again, then you practice with me, okay? So the first thing to do in removing the scan lines is that there is a tool here. That's the last, another toolbox. Another toolbox. There is the last tool here called extensions. Remember when you're doing the installation, we added some gap fill in the extensions, okay? So we are going to make good use of those gap fill, okay? So in the last tool there is called extensions. You expand the extension by clicking on the plus just close to it, okay? So when you click on the plus, it gives you the gap fill, the Landsat gap fill. So basically, this tool is used to remove the scan lines from the image. Okay, this tool is used to remove the scan lines from the image. Can we continue? Okay, so you double click on that tool. Today I'm going very slow because some were saying I'm going too fast. So I'm going very slow. So you double click on the gap fill, okay, the Landsat gap fill. But before we move on, is anyone not having this one? Is there anyone here who does not have the gap fill? When you expand the extension, everybody has it. You don't have it. Okay. So I don't know if Augustine or Denish can help them. Is there? Okay. So you need to expand it first. Okay. Since I'm going to repeat again, let's move on. Okay. All right. So I'll double click. You will double click on the Landsat gap fill. So it gives you this dialog window. Okay, it gives you this dialog window. Do you all have this dialog window? Right, okay. So mostly this band is just one band, right? We are not dealing with two bands, right? So we are dealing with only one band. So it's a single file graph we are doing. Okay, so we leave it at its default. Then you click on choose to save to just give so you click on choose just to give it a name. Okay, after the file is done, you have to give it a name, right? So you click on choose, okay, to save your file. Okay, you click on choose to save your file. That's the file that I come to perform the gap fill on. Okay, so you click on choose. Okay, this choose. You navigate to your Landsat 7 folder. You navigate to your Landsat 7 folder. You navigate to your Landsat 7 folder. And then in here, you create a new folder. So at your window here, you see create a new folder here, right? Okay, new folder. Just click on that. Click on it. So it gives you a new folder, right? Then you type gap fill in there. You type gap fill. So I'm coming to do that right now. I'll create a new folder. You see, then in the name folder name, I'll give it just gap fill. Like this. Like this. Okay. I've created a new folder. I know creating of new folder is not new to anyone here. We know how to create a new folder, right? You just name it gap fill. Okay. Can I move on? Okay. You open that gap fill that you've created. Open that folder. Open that folder. You open that folder. So the folder is empty now. So now we want to save our file in there. Okay. So in the name here, you type gap fill 1. Okay. Gap fill B1. Sorry, B2 because you're dealing with B2, right? So gap fill B2. So you're going to type gap fill B2 here. So gap fill maybe underscore B2, or you can just make it, yeah, something like this is fine. So you type gap fill underscore B2, or you can just type gap fill B2, it's okay. Okay. Can we move on? All right, then when you are done, you select the open. Okay, so you can see that you've designated where you want your file to be saved in here. Right? The next thing is to click OK. So once you click OK, it will open a new dialog window for you. Okay, this dialog window. So your software is basically telling you that yes, you want me to perform a gap fill. On which file do you want me to perform on? Okay, and as you can see, we have only one file here, which is the Landsat 7B2 file, right? You select that one. You select that one. Okay. Is everybody following? Is everybody following? Can I go on? When you're done, just click OK. You select that file. You select the file. You got lost. So you can see that after that, the scan lines have been removed, right? Yeah, so I'm going to perform it again. Okay, I'm performing it again. I'm performing it again. So this one, you can follow and do. I'm performing it again. All right, so first you open, you select open. Okay, you navigate to Landsat 7. Okay, I'm just repeating the steps. You select band 2. Okay, you zoom to full extent. Okay, the next thing is you locate your toolbox. You locate your toolbox. Under the toolbox, there's a tool called extensions. You expand it by clicking this or by double clicking. Okay. Under the extension, you see Landsat gap fill, right? You double click on it. It opens this dialog window for you. Okay. So it is asking you which file do you want to, where do you want to save the Landsat bands based on your gap fill operation. you select choose. Okay, then you go to the Landsat 7 folder. Okay. When you go, you create a new folder, and then you name it gap fill. Right. So this is the new folder we created. You name it gap fill. You open that. Okay. Initially, it's supposed to be empty, right? But we've done this work already. All right. So you are going to name your file gap fill underscore B2 or gap fill B2. It's fine. Any name you name is fine, but just add B2 to it so that you don't get yourself confused. Okay. When you are done, you click on open. Okay, so it gives you your file destination just below the choose, right? Can I go on? Okay. You click OK. It's asking me whether I've saved it twice. I'll just say yes. Anyway. So this dialog window will come, right? Asking you that, yes, if you want to perform the gap for which file do you want to perform on? Okay, we are performing it on this file. Okay, so you select that file. Okay, when you're done, just click OK. Okay, then it executes it for you. So when you are done, you see that the scan lines that you see, that the stripes you see will all get lost. That means you've removed the scan lines, right? Okay, so now you are experts in removing scan lines, right? Which is very simple. So now you can perform a calibration, which we did yesterday. I'm going to perform on band 2, just as a reminder to you, then you continue with the rest, right? Okay, so now you go back and do your calibration. By this time, you're going to do the calibration on the gap fill band that you just did, not the old one. So please take note. All right, so let me remove all these things and then bring back my gap fill, this gap fill that I just did. Okay, just bring it back. The ones without the scan lines. This one, right? Okay. Now we are going to do the calibration again. I'm going to be much more faster here because we did the same thing yesterday. So you expand your radiometric correction. Okay. That's under the toolbox, the R column. You expand radiometric correction. You navigate to calibrate Landsat. That's because we are dealing with Landsat image here. Okay. You double click on it. It opens this calibration dialog window for you, right? It opens this. So it is basically asking you if you want to perform calibration, which file do you want to perform it on? We are performing it on the gap fill band, right? So we select that one. Okay. When you are done, you click on OK. All right. So I know most of us are familiar with this from yesterday, right? Yes. So band 4, Landsat 4, sorry, but Landsat 4 had the metadata, so as Landsat 7. So we need to locate our metadata. So to do that, we need to go back to the folder, that is the Landsat 7 folder, which is this one. This one, the one we just extracted. Okay. And the metadata, as I said yesterday, is the one with the last name MTL. So if I zoom in, you see that this folder, the last name is what? MTL. So that's the metadata file. Okay. You right click on the metadata file, the one with the MTL. Okay. You right click on the metadata file. So when you right click on the metadata file, I'm going fast because we did this yesterday. You are going to open with, okay. If you have WordPad, those who are using Windows 10, we see that you see WordPad and you can select it. Or you can just use Word, okay. Some people might not have this word there. Okay, if you don't have this word there, then you need to click on choose another app, which gives you the word option. So when you go to choose another app, that's those who don't have word as the options here. Just go to choose from here. It will give you word here, then you select it. I remember someone asked something similar today on this. Okay. You choose word. Okay. Then click on open or just once or anything. So it will open the metadata file for you. It will open the metadata file for you in Word. Okay, which we have here. Okay. So those who were here yesterday, what did I say the metadata file is? What did I say the metadata file is? Those who remember. Yes, exactly. Yes, so it contains all the information about the file you downloaded. So that is the metadata file. Okay, so it's not only common in remote sensing, it's also common in GIS as well. Okay, so if you hear metadata, that means it contains all the information about the file you are using. All right, so what is the next thing to do when you open it? What do you do, those who are here? What? Control F. Why do you want to do Control F right now? Okay, yeah, so Control F, of course, but you first need to look at the information here and what it's asking for, right? So the first information is what? The sensor, right? So what sensor are we using? No, it's not Landsat 4. Yesterday we used Landsat 4. Yeah, it's 7. We are using Landsat 4. ETM means Enhanced Thematic Mapper, okay, plus. So ETM means Enhanced Thematic Mapper, plus. So basically Landsat 4 was Thematic Mapper, but this one is Enhanced. Okay, so it's called Enhanced Thematic Mapper 4. Enhanced Thematic Mapper. So Landsat 7 is Enhanced Thematic Mapper. Yeah, so since we are dealing with Landsat image, so we leave it at what? Therefore, it's Landsat 7, right? ETM plus. The next one is, yes, the acquisition month, right? Yeah, so that's why you use your Control F. So Control F, then you type your date in here. Okay. You type date. All right. So it gives you two types of dates. So the file date is the date it was compiled, right? But you're looking for the acquisition date, that's the acquired date, right? Right. So the acquired date is what we are interested in. So we can see that the acquired date is what we mentioned earlier, of course, January 12, 2021, right? Yeah, so you fill it in there. You fill it in there. So January, okay, we leave it at January, but the day was 12, right? The day was 12. And then the date is now what? 2021. So just type 2021 there. All right. So you have your sensor, you have your acquisition month, you have your acquisition day, and then you have your year. So how do we get the elevation now from yesterday? Okay, so you type sun in the search area, right? All right, so I'll go back to my Word file. Okay, and I'll type sun in here. Okay. So when you type sun in here, it gives you what? The sun azimuth and then the sun elevation. We are interested in the sun elevation. Okay. You're interested in the sun elevation. So you highlight on the figure, the sun elevation figure, which is 43 point something, 11 something, right? All right. You hold your control and then C, okay, to copy it. Please don't right click and copy, or else you'll be able to paste in the application. Hold control and then C, control and then C to copy it. You go back to the software, you highlight the 90, control V, you paste it in there. Okay. We did this yesterday. That's why I'm rushing a bit. Is everybody on the same page? If you're not on the same page, that means you're not here yesterday. Okay. All right. Where were you lost? Who is lost and where was he lost? Who is lost? Who is lost? We did this yesterday, so that's why I'm rushing. Okay, let me give you some 1 minute to catch up, then we move on. So I'm giving you like 1 minute. Oh, okay. Okay, so okay, I heard that someone was asking that I was using 19. Okay, yesterday I was using 1991. Okay, but we completed 1991, and I gave you an assignment to do the 2021, 2021, right? Yeah, so we are doing the assignment I gave you. That's what I'm doing. So we did 1991 and 2021 because we want to see the changes in the land cover features. Okay, so we need 2-year period. Okay. Yes, so that's what we are doing. Yesterday we did 1991. Today we are doing 2021. Okay. The aim is to compare the changes in land cover. That's what we are doing. Okay. So for the person asking that, we are just doing a spatiotemporal analysis. That's what we are doing. Okay. Can we continue? Yeah, yes. So I stopped there because it seems somewhere late. Yeah, that's why I stopped there. Can we continue? Are we on the same page now? All right, so the band, as he mentioned, you need to change it, of course, right, to band 2. Okay, because you are dealing with band 2. Okay. You need to change it to band 2. All right, so the calibration tower, I said yesterday, is best we maintain it at reflectance because radiance is mostly for thermal or temperature analysis. Okay. All right, so you click on choose, okay, to save your file. Okay. That's you are trying to give your file a destination. So when you click on choose, you navigate to the Landsat 7 folder. Okay. This time you create a new folder like how we did yesterday. You name it calibration. Okay. So it's the same thing you are doing. So you create a new folder and then you name it calibration like this. Okay. You can add 7 to it so that it doesn't confuse you. You can just, because you are dealing with 7, Landsat 7. I'm repeating it again. When you are done inputting the band 2, right, you click on choose, right, you navigate to your Landsat 7 folder. You create a new folder. You name it calibration or calibration 7 underscore 7, just for you to know that you're working on Landsat 7. Okay. Can we continue? You open that folder and then you name it cal, like how we did yesterday, band 2. That's calibrated band 2. Let me zoom in so that you name it calibrated band 2 or cal band 2 is okay. Are we done? Yeah. Okay. So you click, when you're done, you click on open as usual, and then you click OK. Okay, you click on open, then you click OK. Okay, so you have this information there. So we know that the sensor is Landsat 7, the month and the day, the year, the sun elevation, and then the date of acquisition. Okay, so you have this. Mind you, are going to use the same metadata for the 4 and the 7. Yeah, for the band 4 and then the 7. Okay. You just click OK when you are done, and it will calibrate the image for you to remove all the distortions from the image. Okay, to remove all the distortions from the image. So I'm going to give you 10 minutes to do band 4 and then band 7. Okay, do band 4 and then band 7. I'm giving you 10 minutes. So it's like 2:28. When it's 2:38, we continue. So do band 4 and then band 7. Band 4 and then band 7. But if there's any question, you can ask. If there's any question as you are doing, you can ask. Yeah, can see one ahead. Get there, don't worry. Get there. Heads up. Band 4 now. That means you've already applied. Are you sure? This is for Landsat 4. Landsat 4. So let's remove Landsat 7. Yeah, that reminds me, as you are going on, mostly, I think Landsat 7 was in production from 2000. So mostly these scan lines normally exist from 2000 upwards, okay? So for Landsat 4, Landsat 5, there are no scan lines, okay? But from Landsat 7, Landsat 8, Landsat 9, most of them are having scan lines. Yeah, so that's what I just want to mention. If you don't have scan lines, no, you can't get for. Yeah, so if you don't have scan lines and you gap for, you still get the same thing. Yeah. It's best you don't in Landsat 4 and Landsat 5. And there's no Landsat 6, okay? There's no Landsat 6. It's only 4, 5, 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and then 9. I think 9 came around 2020 or something, or 2021, one of them, or 2019. Okay, so you have 2 minutes more so that we continue. I can see some of you two have gone ahead to do the layer stacking, which is also very good. So 1 minute more, then we continue. Huh? Yes, so as I mentioned, Landsat 4, 5, they don't have gap fill, so you don't have scan lines, you don't need to perform gap fill. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue. All right, so we are moving on to the layer stacking as we did yesterday. The same steps. Okay. So the first step, as we did yesterday, I'll rush because we've done it already. Okay. This is just a recap, and the recap is taking a lot of time. Okay, so you open your Landsat 7 calibrated folder, the one you saved Calband 2, Calband 4, and Calband 7. Okay. You open that folder, you select band 2, you hold the control, select band 4 and band 7. So these 3 files, band 2, band 4, and band 7, just as we did yesterday. Okay, band 2, band 4, and band 7 in Landsat 7 folder, not Landsat 4. Okay, Landsat 7 folder. Okay. All right, so let's go to the ENVI and then bring them. Okay. So as usual, open, navigate to your calibrated file, hold the control, 2, band 2, Calband 4, Calband 7. Okay, then you click open. Okay, so you select these 3 folders, so these 3 files, 2, 4, and then 7, the calibrated one. Okay, and then you click open. So it loads all the bands in the layer manager. Okay, all the 3 bands. Okay, if you have a problem with the control, you can just bring it in one by one. It's fine. We zoom to full extent as we always do by clicking on this full extent. Okay. Now we are coming to do the layer stacking. Those who were here yesterday, what did I say the layer stacking is used for? Like, what's the layer stacking? Those who were here yesterday. Those who remember. Okay, yeah, in the simplest way, just to get their colors, so that we see that there's a forest, there's water in the stuff, right? All right. So to do that, for the sake of those who were not here yesterday, you need to expand the raster management tool. Okay, the one I've highlighted the mouse on, the raster management tool. You expand it. You can double click on it, or you just click on the plus icon beside it. Okay. So you expand it, and then you see this. All right, you see this tools. Okay, so under this tool, you see a file or a tool called layer stacking. Okay, just below the IDL, you see a tool called layer stacking. Okay, you double click on that tool. You double click on that tool. Are we all there? I'm repeating again. First, you bring in all the calibrated files, okay? That is from your calibration folder, B2, B4, B7, the calibrated ones, okay? The calibrated ones. Okay, you bring them into the software, okay, by just clicking open and then selecting them and bringing them. When you are done, under the tools, the toolbox, okay, there is a file, there's a toolbox called raster management, right? Expand that raster management by clicking on the plus sign or double clicking, okay? Under it, there's a tool called layer stacking, okay? Layer stacking. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 10th tool, layer stacking. Okay. You select that one by double clicking. It opens the layer stacking dialog window for you. Okay, something like this. Okay. All right. So we need to import the files that we brought in the band 2, 4, and then 7. Okay, so you click import files. You click import files. We did this yesterday. I'm supposed to rush, but it's fine. Import file. You click on import file. Okay, you select all these three. Okay, you click on import files. You select all these three. Okay, you click OK. All right, so we have these files being displayed there. Okay, you click on import file. You select all the three, and you have these displayed here. Okay. Yesterday, I actually introduced you to the band combinations, right? Those who remember. Okay, and I told you that every band combination is useful for every studies, okay? But based on the studies that you are working on, you need to use the band combination, okay? If you are working on, let's say, urbanization, it's best to use 321, which is this there, or the 742, okay? The other bands that I can use for urbanization studies. If you are looking at forestry or anything, these bands have the information and the studies you are supposed to use it for, okay? But since we are dealing with what 742, this is the band, okay? The name of the band, this band combination normally gives a natural light color. So, okay, a natural light color. So more of a natural, but this one is for more of a, it's also a natural color, but this one is what the Google Earth engine or Google Earth Pro uses. Okay, 321. Okay, but we are going to use 742. Okay. So we can see in the ENVI file that the arrangement, this arrangement, okay, we want it to be 742, okay, not 247. Okay, so we need to reorder them. All right. So you click reorder files. You click reorder files. Okay. So when you click on reorder files, you see that there's a pop-up in here, okay, or a drop-down in here. Okay. You click on the mouse, you hold on the 7, and you drag it and you leave it. Okay. So you click on the mouse, that's left click, hold, drag to the up there, you leave it. So you can see that 7 is at the top now. Okay. And then you do same to 4 to the second. So you have 7, 4, 2 now. Okay, you have 7, 4, 2 now. That's the arrangement we want. Okay, when you're done, you click OK. So you can see that in the dialog window, 7, 4, 2. Okay, any questions so far? Any questions so far? All right, so we've done this already, so just move on. Now you save it. So you click on choose here. Okay, you leave the rest as default. Okay, this is just the projections, that's all, which probably we'll do during GIS. Okay, this one, I don't think you need to worry about this side yet. So you click on choose, and then you navigate to your Landsat 7. You create a new folder, you name it layer stacking, just as we did yesterday. Okay, you name it layer stacking, as we did yesterday. Okay. Then you open the layer stacking. This time you name it stack 742_7 because you are dealing with Landsat 7. Okay, so you name it stack 742_7 because what? Stack, yeah. Oh, sorry. Stack 742. Yeah. Stack 742. Yeah, you create a new folder, you name it layer stacking. Then you are going to name it stack 742. Yeah, you create a new folder, you name it layer stacking in the new folder, like we did yesterday. And in that new folder that you named layer stacking, you are going to name the file you are going to save stack 742_7 so that it will not confuse you with the one we did for Landsat 4. So when you are done, you just click open and then OK. Okay, so it calibrates the band. So it fuses the bands and then it gives its colors as you expect. Yeah. So now you can see the vegetation, water, and those things. Okay. All right. Now we are coming to go to today's lesson because we are far behind. We spent almost 1 hour doing the same thing we did yesterday. All right, so let me give you some 2 minutes to wrap with this, then we continue. Okay, some 2 minutes to wrap with this, then we continue. Okay, let's continue. Yeah. On the calibrated band. Calibrated. You need to do the capsule first. You perform the calibration on the capsule that you get here before you do the calibration. Yeah. Okay. Has been gap filled. Layer. The layer start. Okay, okay. Today is what? You didn't get this. Then I mean, you didn't do it well. So this is what? I did the what? Which one? You do it on the capsule image. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you capsule first, then you do calibration. All right, let's continue. Let's continue. So yesterday we were using the scenario where your supervisor says he wants to know why temperature is increasing day in or every year, and he wants to know what are the drivers. Okay, so you as an expert, you thought of it that, okay, first, if I want to look at this, I need to start from the scratch, where I look at how I'm going to do this. So basically, I'm going to look at how the land cover the land covers have changed across time. Okay, so first you pick your 1991 image, you pick 2021 image, right? So 1991 to 2021 is about 30 years, right? Or is it 20? 30 years, right? Yeah, so you are looking at 30 years image, okay, to see the changes. Now, you've gotten your data, you've done your pre-processing, that is calibration or gap fill calibration, you've done layer stacking, okay? Now, this image that you've gotten covers a wide area, okay? So you need to extract your area from it, okay, your area of interest from it. To do that, you need to get a shapefile of your country or your region, okay? Let's say if you are working, in this case, there's some part of the coast side of Ghana, okay? So maybe in Ghana, they want you to do a particular district or region in Ghana. Okay. For instance, if they want you to do maybe Accra metropolitan area, okay, which is we call AMA, okay? So we need to extract AMA. We don't know whether AMA lies here, lies there, or lies here, or lies there, okay? So for you to know it, you need to overlay what we call a shapefile, okay, on it, okay? In the folder we sent you to download, okay? In the folder we sent you to download, that is under the GIS data, you see that I added some folder called New Ghana Districts. Okay, do we all have this folder? Do you all have this folder? Do you all have it? Do you have it? Who doesn't have this folder? New Ghana District. Who doesn't have it? Okay, so I'm going to dump it in our group so that you just download it. It's like in kilobytes, so you can just finish right now. Which has Okay, so it's in the group now. So quickly download it and let's continue. So let me give you like 1 minute to do that. Then we continue. So as we wait for those who are downloading the shapefile. All right. So as we wait for them, please remove everything here. Okay, please remove everything here because we need to start from Those who are downloading, you can download. We are not doing anything special. So just download it. Remove everything here. Okay. Remove everything here. So we just posted it in the group. Please download and let's continue. I think it's in kilobyte or 6 MB or something. Yeah, or kilobyte. Yeah. And please, when you're done downloading, just extract it. Yeah, you can extract it into a folder. When you're done, just extract it to get this, something like this. Are you done downloading? So everybody has this folder, right? Okay, so we are continuing. Now let's start from Landsat 4. Yesterday, you remember we did the layer stacking on Landsat 4. Okay, so bring in the Landsat 4. I want us to extract the Landsat 4 first. Okay, so just go to your Landsat 4 folder, not the 7, the 4 first. Okay. Landsat 4. So under the Landsat 4, your layer stacking file. And those who were here yesterday, just open that layer stack 742. What we did yesterday. Okay, so Landsat 4. Okay, in your Landsat 4 folder, yesterday you saved a file called stack742 under the layer stacking folder, right? This folder. You see Landsat 4, you saved layer stacking, right? This folder. Layer stacking, this folder. Yesterday we did layer stacking. Yeah, you open that folder and then you are going to select stack742, the one we did yesterday, and open Landsat 4. Yesterday we did the same thing, right? So we are just opening it. I want us to do the 4 before we come to the 7. Okay. Okay. Is anyone here who doesn't have it so that I send it to the group? Is anyone who doesn't have the Landsat 4 layer stack? So I send it in the group. Okay. So I'm going to send that one to the group right now. The layer stacking for Landsat 4. Okay, I think I've opened it here, so I need to close it. Let me close it before I open it. I'm sending to the group so that you download it right away. Those who don't have the Landsat 4 layer stack, I'm sending it in the group. That one will be quite big, but I'm sure you'll be able to download it. Okay, so I'm sending it in the group so that you download it. I think I would have to send the 7 to. Finish. Okay. So this for Landsat 4, it's about 145 megabytes. Let me share the 7 to for the layer stacking. Okay, so I've shared both the layer stack for 4 and 7. All right, so for the meantime, you can just follow. When it's done downloading, you perform it yourself because our time, we don't have much time. Okay, let's continue. You can watch and then later, those who have not downloaded it, you can watch later, you can practice because the time is not on our side. So I'm going to open, I'll navigate to Landsat 4, okay, 4, Landsat 4. There's a folder called layer stacking, okay, I'll open that one. And then I will select layer stack or stack 742 for Landsat 4. And I'll click open. Okay, and I'll zoom to full extent. Okay, so this is what we did yesterday, right? All right, now we are going to extract our region of interest. Okay. So to do that, you need to open or you need to overlay your district or regional zip file on this. Okay, I'll perform this twice. Okay, I'll perform this twice. All right, so the first step is to click on open, okay, the folder. Okay, now I'm sure we are all familiar with the open already. You will navigate to the RS data. Okay, under the RS data, we have the new Ghana district. Okay, you click on open, navigate to Landsat 4, navigate to RS data, new Ghana districts, right? This one. You open it. Okay. Then we are looking for the file with the extension, the file name, the type name SHP or the biggest size in terms of the KB. So we see the one with the SHP at the end, .shp. So SHP basically means shapefile. That is the file type. Okay, SHP or the one with the biggest size. Okay, you select that one. Okay, when you open the new Ghana districts folder, you look for the one with the biggest size or the one ending with .shp. Okay, you select that one, you click open. So as soon as you click open, you see that it will be displayed on the image. Okay, so you have something like this. Okay, and you see that there are some red boundaries in there, which represents the districts in Ghana. I'm performing it again. You click on your open, you navigate to RS data or the folder I sent to you right now, the Ghana district folder. Okay, you will look for new Ghana districts, which is in there. You select the one with the biggest size or the one with the last name .shp. Okay, you click on open. So it displays the boundaries on it. Okay, it displays the boundaries on it. Are we all following? Are we all following? All right, so now we need to, so as I said, supervisor has given you this assignment and you need to extract your area of interest, okay? Let's say if we are dealing with maybe Accra Metropolitan Assembly, these boundaries has no names on it. It has nothing on it. So the question is, how are you going to locate Accra Metropolitan Assembly? Anyone with any idea on how we are going to locate Accra in this case? How do we know that this is Accra or this is not Accra or this? How do you know the district? How do you know the district? Okay. It's properties. Okay, so I'll click on New Ghana districts. I don't see any properties here. Which one? Which one? Okay. Okay, so also in the shape file, its metadata is mostly related to it. It's almost the same as what we call the attribute table. Okay. So in a shape file, which when you get to GIS, we are going to take you through that. So in a shape file, every shape file has a metadata. Should I name it metadata? Okay, for the purpose of this training, I'm going to name it a metadata type of a shapefile name is what we call the attribute table. So it also contains the information of a shapefile, right? Yeah, but we don't refer to it as metadata. We refer to it as its attributes, okay, or attribute table. Okay, in ArcGIS, you see that the names, sometimes you can bring the names, but in ENVI you can't, okay, unless you view the attribute table. Okay, so to view the attribute table, you would need to just right click, okay, and then you see view attributes. Okay, you see view attributes. So you right click on the name, on the new Ghana district, you see view attribute table. Okay, so once you click on it, it displays the names of the districts and other information. Okay, just like the metadata. Okay, so now the problem is still we've not identified the Accra. So how do we identify? The names are there now. So how do we identify? The simple way to go about it is that we know that Accra metropolitan area A, it starts from A, right? So the best thing to do is to probably do this in ascending order, starting from A, right? So you can either right click or you right click, all right, and you see sort by selected columns, right? Let me see if it's going to do that. Okay, so we don't have Accra here. All right, so let me just go back to original order. Okay, so let's just scroll down and see if you can get Accra metropolitan area in here somewhere. So you can just scroll down and just look for the Accra metropolitan area. Well, it's supposed to give us a way that we can just get the, but it seems it's not giving us. So just look for Accra metropolitan area or any other district that you're in. But if you're using ArcGIS, it would have been simpler for us. That's Ashaman. That's Ashaman. So we see 104 here. We see 104 here. Okay. We see 104 here. Okay, so this is Accra metropolitan area. Okay, so once you click on it, you know it has highlighted here. If I change it, it is not going to highlight again. Okay, so this is Accra metropolitan area. So it has highlighted it. If I zoom in, okay, let me uncheck this because maybe some of us are not seeing it. You see, it has highlighted here, right? If I choose any other district, it highlights in there. Let's say if I choose this, it highlights. Yeah, it has highlighted different districts, but I'm now working with Accra metropolitan area, so it has highlighted Accra metropolitan area. All right, so now we want to extract this side. Okay, this side, this boundary. Okay, let me zoom back to full extent. All right, so now before we extract this from the entire image, okay, we need to use a unique identifier in this attribute table. Okay, of course you can use its name as a unique identifier, but the problem is it's case sensitive. Let's say if I say case sensitive, that means if it's capital, you need to use capital. If it is small, you need to use small, and that's quite hectic. So the best thing to use is to what? Use the district ID, which is unique. Only Accra has 304 as a unique feature. The rest have different numbers, right? So only Accra has what? 304. You can try using the population or any other things, but if you use something like this, the DDT, you can see that there are two district names with the DDT, the same DDT. So if you input that, it's going to give you two results, but we need only one, right? So you just need to always try and use the one which is unique, which is their ID. Okay, so every district has only one ID. There are no districts with two IDs. Okay, one ID. So you can write this down, 304 as the ID for the Accra metropolitan area, which is, yeah. And keep in mind, you write 304 there. So because we want to extract only that side. Okay, so before you do extraction, so what we're going to do is what we call extraction via ROI. Okay, extraction via region of interest. Okay, we are going to extract our region of interest. Most of the time when you download data from maybe Synodo or CDS Copernicus, you need to extract the area of interest. Or some may put their coordinates in there, right? So this is basically the same thing we are doing. You want to extract our area of interest. So to do that, we need a unique identity. Okay, only this district has this number. There are no other district having the same number. Okay, so you just write 304 there as its ID. Is that clear? Or should I go over again? You can write it down in your pen or something, or you can keep it in your head. It's okay. Yeah, so we are going to use this as a unique identifier, 304, because it's unique to only Accra. There are no districts which have the same number. Okay, so 304. Can I go on, or is there any question again? Can I go on? All right. Okay, so the next thing to do is that we are going to select vector under the toolbox. Okay, you see at the V column, you see vector in here. Okay, you expand it. You expand it. Okay. All right, so you see you expand vector under the toolbox. You expand it. Okay. Can I go on? You choose the first option. Okay. Before you need to extract, remember, we are dealing with two data types here. The image itself is raster, and then the boundaries is vector, right? So you need to convert one to the other before you can do extraction. So you want to convert the vector into our region of interest, which is the raster layer. Okay. So we are going to select convert vector, which is the Ghana district boundary, to our region of interest. Okay. So you select that one. You just double click on it. Okay, so here the software is asking, yes, if you want to do that, on which vector file? Okay, on which vector file? So we select that one, which is the new Ghana district. So we select this one. Okay. Can we go on? Quite simple, right? And then you click OK. All right, so it opens this new dialog window for you as soon as you click OK. So first, you go to the vector, you expand the vector under the toolbox. You select convert vector to ROI. Okay, it's a dialog window appears to you. You select new Ghana districts. You click OK, and this appears to you. Okay. The first instance is that it's telling us to select all records. That means all districts, which we don't like. That's not what you're looking for. You're looking for only one district, right? The second one is telling us that we need to separate the ROIs. We don't need to separate any ROIs, but we need to use a specific query attribute. So we are going to query it based on the ID. So you select the last one, okay, the last option, this one. So you select this one. As soon as you select, it gives you the attributes ID, right? We need, and remember I told you to keep the 304, right? So you type the 304 here. As soon as you type, you see this 0 change to 1. That means there's a particular district with that ID, right? So you type 304 here. We type 304. So you see that the ROIs is what? Are turned to 1. Okay. So the second one, as I said, I'm repeating what I said. You go to vector, you expand vector, you select convert vector to ROI. A dialog window appears, you select new Ghana districts. From there, it opens this for you. You choose the last option, specific query attributes. It brings the ID, attribute of the ID. If you don't see ID, just drop it down and then you click on it. Okay. You type your district 304. It changes to 1. When you are done, just click OK. And you see that your district that you've selected will be highlighted in green or yellow or anything. Right? So you click on it, it will highlight in green or yellow or something. So your district here will be highlighted, right? All right. So now I'll give you 10 minutes break and then we continue after 10 minutes. Okay, William. Only one specific one. You can put two IDs, but with the same, you need to change the attribute table to have the same IDs. Yeah. So if it's 301, you name the other one to 301 before select the two together. So 10 minutes, so exactly 3:25, we continue. So 10 minutes break. 25, right? All right, let's continue. All right, so initially we loaded band 4 into the interface, and then we overlaid the Ghana districts, new districts shapefile on it. We expanded vector data, and the vector data we did was convert to ROI, which opens a new dialog window for us, which we selected new Ghana district. After that, we clicked OK. It opened another new dialog window, which is asking us for the queries, which we selected specific query attributes. Okay. It displayed the ID. We typed the ID now, which was 304, right? We clicked OK, and we got to here, right? So it highlighted your area of interest. Okay. Any questions so far before we move on? Any questions so far? All right, so the next thing to do is that we are coming to the extraction itself, okay? To do the extraction, you need to locate a tool called raster management, the same tool, yeah, right? The raster management. I think we used it yesterday, okay? You expand it. You expand it. You expand it. Okay, then you are going to navigate to the last tool, which is what subset data via ROI. Let me make this quite more visible. Yeah, the last two is called what? Subset via ROI or subset data via ROI. You select that one, you double click on it. So first you expand the raster management, the last two under raster management, subset data via ROI, you expand it. And then, sorry, you double click on it. So it gives you this dialog window, okay? So the dialog window basically is asking you that if you want to subset your region of interest, on which raster data, on which image, okay? So we are looking at what the 742 stack image, right? So you select that one. Okay, you select that one. So as soon as you select that one, you just click OK. So it opens this dialog window for you. I'm repeating the steps again. So after you've selected your area of interest, or it has been highlighted, you go to raster management, you expand it, you scroll down to the last tool, right, called subset data via ROI. You open that one. It displays a subset data via ROI dialog window for you, right? You select the image since you are performing the extraction on the image. Okay. You click OK. Now it opens this dialog window for you. Okay. So remember, there are two vector data here now. The whole Ghana district and then the Accra, the one you specifically indicated that the index number was 304. You select that one because you want to extract only the one with the ID 304, right? So you select that one. Okay, so when you select that one, you see that the number of selected item becomes 1. That means you have selected a particular item here. If you select this, that means you are picking the whole Ghana district, which is not what we want. We want only the one with the ID 304, right? Okay, are we all on the same page? Now, the next thing is mark pixels outside of ROI. What this basically does is that it carves your area of interest. It carves it based on the district shape. Okay. If you keep it at no, it's going to give you a box, which you don't, that's not what you want. Or if it gives you a box, that means there are other districts interfering with your study area. But we just want only the boundaries within our study areas. So we change from no to yes by clicking on this arrow sign. Okay. So change from no to yes, like this. Okay, so first you click on the new Ghana district. Second, the masking. Yeah, the masking. You change from no to yes, and it gives you this value. In remote sensing, any value 0 is what? Black. So anywhere outside this boundary will be assigned black. Okay, will be assigned black. If you want it to be white, there are colors, there are numbers representing white, but let's leave it at 0.00, which is black. So any area which is not part of this within the region of Greater Accra or within the region of Accra metropolitan area is going to be black. Okay. So after doing that, you just click on choose to save your file. You just click on choose. So you are going to locate your Landsat 4 file, create a new folder. Okay. You create a new folder. This time you can name it ROI or region of interest. Any of them is fine. Come again? Yeah, in the Landsat 4, since you are doing on the Landsat 4. So you create the folder in the Landsat 4 and you name it ROI like this. You create a new folder, you name it ROI. I'm repeating again. So from here, you click on choose, you navigate to Landsat 4 folder, you create a new folder. Okay, you create a new folder. Okay, you name it ROI. Okay, the name of the folder is ROI. Okay. Then you open the ROI as we've been doing always. And then you can name it maybe AMA, which is Accra Metropolitan Area. AMA maybe underscore 1991, because Landsat 4, we are dealing with Landsat 4 1991 image. Okay, so you name it AMA 1991. AMA 1991. AMA 1991. Can I go on? Okay. You click on open and then you click on OK. So it's going to run and carve AMA out. So you can see that we see that the 0, the boundaries around Accra has been what? Eliminated. But the boundaries within Accra is in there. Okay, so if we uncheck the rest, okay, leaving AMA, and we right click on AMA and we zoom it to full extent, you see that we have something like this. Okay, so that means you've successfully what? Extracted your area of interest. Okay, your area of interest. All right, so you uncheck in the layer manager, you just uncheck the rest, and then you uncheck everything apart from this one. You right click on the AMA that you've created. You go to zoom to layer extent. You click on it and it gives you this. Okay, uncheck everything here and then leave this one. Okay, you right click on it, zoom to full extent, and it gives you this. Okay, so this is the situation of AMA, that's Accra Metropolitan Area in 1991. So let me give you 2 minutes to wrap this up. But for 2021, I think I'll let you do it, or we'll do it together because we have some small time. Yeah, we'll do it together. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Yes, we'll do that. So I'm just giving them 2 minutes to finish up. Then we move to a 7. We'll do that. So this is part of the pre-processing stage. This is part of the pre-processing stage. Can we move on, or I should wait a while? Can we move on? Okay, now let's clear everything and do the 7. It's the same steps. We are going to clear everything and do the 7. Let's clear everything. Then we are going to do the 7. Now we are done with 4. So we are going to do 7. We are coming to do the 7. Should we go on, or I should give you some few minutes to wrap up? Should we go on? I'll give you some few minutes to wrap up. Okay, let's do the 7. So for this time, when you click on open, we are just going to the 7 folder, not the 4, 7. So you click on the 7 folder, you go to layer stacking, and then the start 742_7, that's the Landsat 7.1. You bring it in. So today you are going to, from this one, you are going to teach me how to do it. Okay, you are going to teach me how to do it. All right, so I've loaded the Landsat 7. What do I do next? What do I do next? Come again? I should extract ROI. How do I extract? Because I don't have anything on it. You go to vector. But if I go to vector, there's nothing on it. So I can't go to vector. What do I do? Yes, you add the Ghana shapefile. That is very good. You add the Ghana shapefile. So I'll navigate to the Ghana shapefile. Then I'll add the shapefile. Okay, I've added the shapefile. What do I do next? What do I do? Okay. Okay, I need to select the area of interest. How do I select the area of interest? Yes, you view the attribute to know which area, right? To select. Okay, so I'll right click on it. I'll go to view attributes. I'm looking for AMA, which is 304. So I'll just go to 304, which is this, right? What do I do next? Okay, before I do that, what do I do? Before I convert vector to array, what do I do? You note the ID down, right? Which is 304. So you note the ID now. And then I go towards the vector under the toolbox, right? And I select the first one, and convert vector to ROI. What do I do next? I select it. Okay. And what do I do next? Okay, you go to specific query attributes. What do I do next? So what's the ID? 304, okay. Then I select OK, right? All right, so what happens? It highlights, right? Okay, so what do I do next? Yes, so you go to raster management tool, you expand raster management tool. Choose the last one. What's the name of the last one? Starset data via ROI, okay. All right, so I select it. I click OK. What do I do next? Which one? Oh, there are 2 new Ghanas. I said the second, the one with the ID 30984, right? What do I do next? Okay, so the max data, I'll change from no to yes. What do I do next? Okay, you click on choose, and then you save it in your layer stacking file. Sorry, your ROI file. So you just create a new file, ROI file. So ROI, then maybe you can do it _7 or something. So it will be different from the first one. You open it, you save it as what? So AMA _2021, because we are dealing with 2021. I'll click on open, then I'll click on OK. Okay, so it extracts it. I can uncheck the rest and then zoom this to full extent. So you have this. Okay, you have this. You have this. So now you are experts in ROI, extraction via ROI. Okay, now let's juxtapose the two. Okay, let's juxtapose the two. Let's remove everything here. Okay, let's remove everything here. All right, so we are going to just suppose maybe 1991 and then 2021. So we want to look at the two before we continue, okay? So under the menu bars in here, you see views, right? That's the fourth, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let me zoom in. So you see the fourth one, views. Okay. You open, you just click on it, okay? You just click on the views at the top there. Views, you click on views at the top there. Okay, so this basically gives you two or double or more interface for you to display images at the same time. Okay, so currently we are looking at one view, right? So let's look at two vertical views because you are comparing two images. If you have more than two, you can do the 2x2 or 3x3, but you have only two, so you are looking at either two vertical or horizontal. But let's look at the vertical views, okay? So we click on the two vertical views. So click on the two vertical views, this one, the second option. So it divides the screen into two, okay? So that we load one image here and then the other image, okay? So in the first image, you're going to load the 1991, okay? Then the second view, you're going to load 2021, okay? So we just load it. So go to open, go to your ROI folder. That's for Landsat 4, your ROI folder, and then load the 1991, the AMA 1991. So you have this. I'm repeating the steps again. So initially it was like this, right? Under the menu bar, so I'll just go to views, two vertical views. It divides the screens into two. Okay, I go to open. I navigate to Landsat 4. I go to my ROI folder. I see 1991, AMA 1991. I select it and I click on open. So it displays what? The 1991. Now I want to load 1992. You need to first click on the second view. Please click on the second view first. Okay, you click on the second view first, like the empty file here, or the empty space here. Click on it first. Go to open. This time you go towards Landsat 7. You open the Landsat 7 ROI. You select AMA 2021. You click open. Then it displays it. Okay, it displays it. It displays it. So we have 1991. We have what? 2021. Okay. So you can see that there's change, but the thing is that we don't know what this color represents. We don't know. So the next step we are going to do is what to do classification. Okay, where you say that yes, if you see this color, name it built up. If you see this color, name it forest. If you see this color, name it grassland. But before you do that, you need to know what each color represents here. There are two ways. Okay, there are two ways. You can use the normal PDF file that we opened yesterday, which explains what each color represents here. Okay, but the problem here is that in Africa, the landscape differs from Asia. Okay, in Asia, for instance, the buildings might give a different reflectance from the ones in Africa. Okay, Africa has some mud houses, so probably if you see mud house, you think that it is what? It is bare land. Okay, so the best thing to do is to overlay the image on Google Earth Pro and reduce the transparency. Okay, I'm coming to do that for you to see, so that you're able to identify which feature is which on the image. Okay, I'm repeating it again. I'm saying that there are two ways in identifying what each and every feature here represents. Okay, we don't know that whether this is built up or not. We don't know whether this is vegetation, and if it's vegetation, which type? Is it grassland? Is it forest or not? Right? There are two ways in doing that. One, you can read this file. Okay, this file gives you information about what each and each color represents. Okay, so it will tell you that blue represents maybe water or something. Okay, The other alternative is to use Google Earth Pro. I told you to install Google Earth Pro, right? So that's what we are going to do. Let's use the Google Earth Pro to identify the features. Does everybody have the Google Earth Pro? Does everybody have the Google Earth Pro? Yes, so you open the Google Earth Pro, this one. But if you don't have it, don't worry. It's just something I'm showing you how to identify features. Okay. So let's open the Google Earth Pro. All right, so Google Earth Pro gives you this globe, okay? This is in real time, okay? Gives you this globe. But the problem is that we are working with 1991 and then 2021, okay? So you need to send Google Earth back in time to 1991, okay? And then you overlay the image on it to see which color represents which feature, okay? To do that, you need to first save those images in TIFF, okay? These images, okay, you need to save them in TIFF before you can bring it to Google Earth, okay? So let's save them in TIFF, okay? All right, so there is a file, or there's an icon here, which is called chip to file, this icon. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, chip to file. Do you see it? Chip to file. Just below the menu, we have open, data manager, chip to file. Do you see that one? Chip to file. You select that one. You select that one. So you click on the 1994 first, so 1991 first, you click chip to file. Okay, and then under the output file here, you change it from ENVI to TIFF, this one. Okay, so you change from TIFF, from ENVI to TIFF, which is TIFF image. That is tag image file format. Okay, you change it to TIFF. Let me repeat the steps again. Our aim here is to know what each and every color represents here. Okay, so we are going to overlay these images on Google Earth so that we see that, oh, this is built up, there is vegetation, there is that. Okay. That is the simplest way for you to know. So to do that, you will need to click on the first image, which is the 1991. Select chip to file at the top here. Okay, this one, this icon. Change from output file to TIFF. Okay, choose where you are going to save it. Okay, so let's save it in our 1994 folder. Let's save it in our 1994 folder. Okay, so maybe you can just open the ROI folder and then you name it maybe 1994. 1991, sorry. Like this. Okay, you name it 1991. 1991. You save it in the ROI folder. ROI folder. So you save it as 1991. Yes, 1991. Yes. And then you click. All right. So I'm saying that you click on this, go to chip to file, change from ENVI to TIFF. Okay. Choose where to save it. Go to your Landsat 4 folder. I'm just going to my Landsat 4 folder. Open the ROI folder and then save it as 1991. 1991, right? And click OK. Open, and then OK. So it has saved your 1991 file as TIFF. Okay. Do same to the 2021. You click on it first. Remember, click on it first. Okay. When you click on it, it highlights the distance around it. Okay. Then you click on chip to file. You save it as TIFF. Okay. You browse. You go to Landsat 7. You open the Landsat 7 and you save it as 2021. You click open and then save. Okay, so it saved the 1991 and then 2021 as TIFF. So if you want to save, I'm repeating again, we are saving these images as TIFF so that we can open it in Google Earth. Okay. So you click on shape to file at the top here. Okay, shape to file. You click on it. You change this one to TIFF, from ENVI to TIFF. Okay. You choose where you are going to save it. So you can save it in the ROI file. Okay, that's the Landsat 4 ROI. It's 1991, right? So ROI. And then you save it here as 1991. Okay, then you click on open and then you save. Okay. You click on this one. I'm repeating the steps. You click on this one. You go to shape to file. You change from ENVI to TIFF. You choose where to save it. This time in the Landsat 7 image under ROI. You save it as what, 2021. You click on open and then you click on OK. Okay, so it saves it. Now, can I continue? The next one is to go to the Google Earth Pro. Okay, go to the Google Earth Pro. Now, we are going to look at the 1991 first. Okay, so to look at the 1991, we need to send this globe. Oh, okay. All right. Where did you get lost? Yeah, so when you click on shape to file, okay, you change from ENVI to TIFF. You click on choose. Okay, you navigate to Landsat 4. Yeah, you navigate to Landsat 4 folder. Okay, under the Landsat 4 folder, you are going to select ROI, the folder. Okay, you name it 1991. That's because you are saving Landsat 4 1991. Okay, 1991. You click on open. Okay, and then you click on OK to save it. Okay. When you are done, repeat the same step. By this time, you click on the 2021 image. You click on it first. You go to shape to file. Okay, you change it if it's like, so you change tape, of course, yeah. You select where you are going to save it. You go to the 7, that's Landsat 7. You go to ROI. You name it 2021. You click on open. And then you click on OK. Then you save it. So that's what I was saying. Are you okay now? Okay. Is there any other question before we move on? Is there any other question? Now, the next step is to open your Google Earth Pro. Okay, open your Google Earth Pro. What? Yeah, this is the next step. All right, so you open your Google Earth Pro. You open your Google Earth Pro. Now we want to bring the image in here. Okay, you want to bring the image in here. Okay, we want to bring the image in here. To bring the image in here, you will need to open your folder, the Landsat 4 folder. So let's open our Landsat 4 folder. I'm just opening my Landsat 4 folder. So just open your Landsat 4 folder. We are opening the Landsat 4 folder. Can I continue? Then you open your ROI folder. You open your ROI folder. Okay, so the file we saved, which is the 1991, this file, right? You click and then you hold it. Okay, you drag it into the Google Earth Pro. Okay, I'll repeat the steps again. You're pressing your phone, right? you leave it. Okay, so the globes normally orient to where the image is falling. I'm going to repeat the steps again. I'm going to repeat the steps again. In your folder, you open your 1994 folder. That's Landsat 4, the 1991, sorry. Under the 1991, you have ROI, right? You open that one. And you remember that we saved the image, one of the images as 1991 because it's of course 1991. You click, you hold it, right? Click and hold like this. Okay. The Google Earth Pro is down there. Okay. So you highlight on it like this. Click, still clicking it, and then you bring it here. Then you drop it. Just leave it. Okay. So it will orient to where the image is supposed to fall. So the image what falls in Accra, right? The image falls in Accra. Are we following? Are you following? Or I should do this process again. Are you following? I should do it again. Okay, so I'm closing it. Okay, so remember we saved an image as 1994, right? So I'm going to click on the image and then drag it. Like, yeah, I'm not releasing it. I point it to the Google Earth Pro. I leave it here. Okay, so it displays like this, right? But mind you, this image, this 1990, this is 1991 image. This 2025 image. So I need to send the Google Earth back in time, okay, because this image is 1991. This image is what 2005 now. Okay, all right. But before I do that, I need to reduce the transparency a bit so that I see that if it's actually falling at where I want it to fall. Okay, so if you reduce it, you see that some features like this one, as I increase, it is actually falling at the exact place it's falling. Do you see it? Okay, you can see that this is a vegetated area, right? If I increase the transparency and I decrease it, it's actually the same place, right? So yeah, you can see that it's having the same place. But the problem here is that this image is 1991, okay, and this image is 2025. So I need to send Google Earth back in time to 1991. To send Google Earth back in 1991, there are some tools in here, okay, the clock and then the sun sign, right, at the top there. You click both of them. Click clock, click sun. Okay, click clock, click sun. So I just want you to click the clock and the sign. This clock, the clock and then the sun's icon. You click on it. You click on this one, you click on that one. So when you click on the two, when you click on the two, it gives you what? You see that there's a clock. Okay, let me just click on let me see. Okay, just click on the sun and leave the clock. Just click on the sun and leave the clock. So you click on just the sun icon, this one. So you see a time bar. Okay, you see a time bar. So now it's what today is 9th, right? 2025. And the time is 3:59, right? Okay, so now we need to send this time bar backwards to 1991. Okay, we need to send it back to 1991. So here we see that there's a spanner icon here. Let me zoom in. There's a spanner icon there. You click on that spanner icon. Okay, you click on that spanner icon. Okay, so you change it. You change the date. Okay, this is 2025. So you make it 1991, 91. This is the day. Okay, the day that we were working with was 12, right? So you change this to 12 and you change this to January, which is 1. Okay, so I'm going to change it. So this one is 91. Or you can use this icon. p.m. All right, so just select these two because I removed the clock, so just select these two. Then click on the spanner, and then highlight on this, and then 91, or you can just use this icon to bring it down. So you can see that as I'm clicking, it's going down, so to 91. Okay, and then the day is 12. When you remember when you're doing the calibration, the day was 12, so I'm bringing it to 12. And then the next one was January, which is 1, right? So I'm bringing it to 1. So month, year, and then day. So January is this one. Then the clock, I'm going to increase it to afternoon, maybe 3 p.m. or something. Let me send it to 3 p.m. because it's at around 1 now. Okay. So something like this is okay. So I've sent Google Earth back in time. Let me just do it again. So first, you click on the, I'm repeating the steps. First, you click on the sun. Okay, then you click on the clock. Okay. The next step is to click on the spanner icon, this icon. I'm repeating the steps. You click on this spanner icon. Okay. This will enable you to change your time. Okay. So I'll click on the spanner icon. I'll highlight on the 20. This is 2020. I'll use these arrows, the up and down. So I'm going down. So 1991. I'll go up to 1991, which is 91. Then I'll highlight on the 31st, but I'm looking for the 12 December, because the image was captured in 12 December. I'll still use the sign to go down till 12. And then the last one is what? I want to change from December to January. From December to January. Okay, so 8 a.m. is too early. I'll just have to increase it to p.m. And then I'm going to bring this to maybe 3 or 4. Let's make it 3 or 4. 4 is brighter. So something like this. Okay. Something like this. Something like this. So I can go back to this image. So the image is here. The image is displayed in here. I just right click and then go to properties. Right. So I can choose to increase or decrease. Right. So as I'm decreasing, I'll be zooming in to see. We can see that this image is showing that the magenta color is built up. Okay. Or buildings. Okay. The magenta color is built up or buildings. This black thing here, if I decrease it, you can see that it's water bodies, right? Water body, and this one is also water body. So this one is water body, right? If I decrease it, I know it's water body. If I increase it, it becomes what? Blue or black. If I go up, I can see that the greens in here are more of less vegetation, which is more of maybe farmlands or grasslands. Okay. If I go up here, I know that this green, if I reduce it, this green looks like a forest in here, right? It looks like a forest. Okay, so that means here the deep greens are forest, the light greens are more of grasslands and stuff. Okay, so now we've identified 3 or 4 features. We've identified grasslands and shrubs. We've identified buildings or built-ups. We've identified water bodies, right? We've identified forests. And then we can see that there is some brownish things in here, which may represent barelands, right? There are some brownish features in here around this side. Okay, so these brown features represent bareland. Okay, so if I zoom out and I zoom in, it actually represents bareland. Okay. So the same time you calibrated an image, 1991. The time I chose 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. Any of them is fine. So when you increase it, you know that, oh yes, of course, this one is forest. When you decrease it, you can see that there's actually forest on the ground during 1991. Okay, so that's how you identify the features on the image and link it. Okay, so that when you are doing your classification, it becomes easier for you. Okay, so let's do the the last one, which is the 2021, then we can close and continue next week. All right, so I'm going to load the same process, okay? The same process. The same process. So it's just like a repetition, but this time I'm using the 2021 image. Okay, so let me uncheck this one. Now to bring in the 2021 image, let's uncheck this and this. Okay, we are leaving it at default. Okay, first initially we check this and this, but now we are just going to uncheck it. Okay, we go to the Landsat 7 image, we go to ROI, and we choose the 2021, right? We select, we drag it, okay, we point it to the Google Earth, we leave it here. Okay. All right, so it zooms into where the image is falling. Okay. Can someone tell me why is it that when I load the image, it falls exactly where it's supposed to fall? Why is it so? What? No, it's not because of the ID. Why is it falling exactly where it is falling? Why? Yes, it's because there's something called georeferencing, which we introduced to you in GIS. Okay, this image is designed to fall where it exactly falls because we have processed it to fall where exactly it falls. Okay, we call it georeferencing. But later we are going to do that. Now for this one, it's 2021. Okay, 2021. So we are going to do the same thing. We check on the two symbols. That's the time or the year and then the time. This time we are going to 2021, right? So we are going to highlight it. 2021, 2025. Is there any significant change? Okay, so let's leave it like that. Let's leave it like that because from 2021 to 2025, there's no significant change. So we can just leave it like that. Uncheck this one. Let's leave it like that. Let me bring back the image. Because it's just 4 years difference. So I don't think there's any significant change in the area. All right, so we reduce the transparency. Okay, we zoom in a bit. All right, so we know that here is clearer now, right? That here is actually built up areas. Okay, so you can see that it's actually a built up area. Okay, so when you increase the transparency, you can see that the built up areas are more what? They are all magentas. Okay, these are all built up areas, right? So built up, there are buildings in here, right? So if you increase, you can see that the magenta is actually built up areas. Okay, when you zoom out, okay, you see the greens in there, so they are all more of urban greens, right? So you can see that these are more of forest or grasslands or shrubs, right? Okay, so these are more of typical, these are light greens, right? So they are more, okay, there's a little bit of forest in here, then the light greens are grasslands and shrubs. Okay, so you can see that these are shrubs, grasslands and shrubs. Okay. Now, if you go up a bit, okay, this one is more of what, a lot of greens in here, so they are more of typical forest. So when you zoom out, you can see that they are actually typical forest or what you call closed canopy. When you increase it, you see that, yeah, it's actually what, there are some deep greens in here and the light greens, which are shrubs of, shrubs. So basically, we see that this one, okay, when you decrease it, it gives you, hold on, sorry, this one. The image it's not falling on it exactly. We're supposed to drag in here anyway, that's fine. So when you look at this side, this is more of a water body, right? But it seems based on different projections, it has come up a bit. But that's also cool. Yeah, so that is how we normally identify features on the images. Okay, features on the images. So in our next meeting, we are going to do the classification, whereby we are going to say that when you see this color, call it built up. When you see this color, call it vegetation or forest or grasslands. When you see this color, call it bare land and those things. So that's what we're going to do next week. So next week, we look at what we call classification, where we classify based on their colors, or technically we say based on their reflectance. Okay, thank you very much and see you next week.